Hi everyone, my name is Tania Ahmed and I'm here today to share a project idea using opaque white craft plastic by Grafix. For this project, I will be using alcohol inks. I'm using colors that I know will blend well with each other. To start off, I am adding some drops of alcohol ink one color at a time as the ink dries very quickly. I am spreading the alcohol ink with a brush to get a painterly effect. As I am using the same brush throughout, the alcohol ink will react with the ink already on my brush, which will give a blended effect. Craft plastic is a non-porous film which is strong, smooth, and waterproof. And it is wipeable, heat resistant, and is fun to use and perfect for alcohol inks. For my final layer of ink, I am filling in any gaps that are left with additional ink and the residue left on my brush. I am going to take advantage of craft plastic's wipeable properties and lift some of the ink off the surface with rubbing alcohol. I am dripping a tiny amount of rubbing alcohol on my glass mat and dabbing my sponge into it. This gives me more control over how much alcohol is on my sponge. If there is too much alcohol on the sponge, it might seep under your stencil and not result in a clear image. A little goes a long way, and you might need to experiment with the amount that you use. I am going to continue to lift some of the alcohol ink with a sponge and leave a faded effect around the edges of the design so that there are no sharp lines. Repeat the process until you are happy with the effect or the whole surface is covered. And here you can see an overview of what the design looks like. Next, you can add some splatters with alcohol ink to give a watercolored effect. You can add small splatters as well with a paintbrush. The ink will react to the alcohol and give a bleached effect. If you like, you can add some more droplets with alcohol ink colors that you had used previously. This helps to give more visual texture and interest and also helps to bring all the colors and designs together. And here is a closer look at the finished piece where you can see all the droplets and the stenciling. You can now either use a die cutting machine, a punch, or even cut your shapes by hand. As my finished design will be double-sided, I am using shapes that I know will line up symmetrically. I have cut out some circles and triangles for me to use. To start assembling my wall hanging, I have cut out some strong twine and I'm using hot glue to attach my shapes to the twine. My design is double-sided so that I can hide the twine. I am starting with the triangle as I wanted to have them on the very ends of my hanging. Then I'm going to continue adding circles to the twine, and I am using the grid on my mat to help me evenly space the shapes. Once my pieces of twine are ready, I am tying them to a wooden dowel. Again, I am using the grid on my mat to make sure that the twine is evenly spaced, and then once that is tied on, I am trimming off any loose ends. And to finish off, I am adding an additional piece of twine so that I can use it to hang up my wall art. And again, trim off any loose ends. And here is a closer look at the finished wall hanging, and you can see all the different colors, textures, and effects of the alcohol inks. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you give this project a go. Have a great day. Thank you very much. Thanks. Bye.